the Don't Judge Me But podcast are the personal opinions of the host and do not reflect the opinions of its employers, sponsors, advertisers, endorsers, or any third party. The information provided on the podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as professional medical or legal advice. It is advisable to consult with a qualified professional for any medical or legal concerns. In other words, have fun, people.
For that person when they need you. And if I'm emotionally unstable,
the more you tell me no, the more I want you. And it's like, why?
That is psychotic. Because it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me no. You know who I am. I'm gonna get you. That's how.
All right, so we're just gonna cut into that because I don't know why it was playing twice, but I heard it twice. I don't know if you guys heard it twice. But
no, you didn't hear it twice.
Well, don't judge me, but I hear things twice sometimes. No, okay. I know why. I had the YouTube channel up at the same time. Don't judge me. But hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Oh, you guys have tuned into Don't Judge Me But podcast. I am your girl, Simply Bree, and got the crew, whichever direction you guys would like to start.
Hey, guys, it's Tiara. Hope you're having a good weekend and hope you're up for a good convo today.
Yes.
What's going on? It's your boy James, Mr. Mental Ambition, and we back again for another one.
Back again. All
Internet.
Right. Hey, y'all. Hey, DJ.
Hi, DJ.
So I have to Don't Judge Me. I feel like it's kind of appropriate for everything that we're going through right now. Don't judge me. But if I had food stamps, I would definitely sell them with a tariff on them. I'd say 50%. So for every $20 of value, you're going to pay me $60.
Ooh.
$60. Yeah. So listen, food is expensive, but so are these food stamps.
Are they gonna buy it?
I mean,
some people will.
Yeah, listen.
They'll be like, I'm getting a deal. It's not a deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
I think I was like the only person who I remember getting a gift card and I was like, I don't want this gift card. Let me sell it. And I'll try to sell it to a coworker for the same value. They're like, that's not how that works.
Nope.
I'm like, I'm not about to give you $100 gift card for $50. Like, what do I look like? Do I look like I did it? Yeah. So let's just say I kept a lot of those gift cards. I guess I wasn't brought up right. I don't know. But how's your week going? It's Sunday fun day.
It goes by so fast. I swear. I can't believe it's the end of April. This week is May.
Dude, we're almost at the middle of the year.
That's crazy.
How about that one? Try those apples on.
Yeah.
And it's hot. It's hot.
Oh, it's hot there?
No, it's breezy up here.
That's good here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's hot. But it's supposed to, the weather do what it want to do. I can't even tell you what it's supposed to do. I don't even look at the Weather Channel or the news anymore.
They don't know.
I don't either.
It gets depressing. Oh, DJ. Okay.
Oh, yay, DJ.
DJ says she starts school tomorrow. What are you studying, DJ? I messed around and did that. Like, you know what? I'm bored. Let me just re-enroll back into school this semester. Like, why not? What else do I have to do? I think we do that as adults.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're making an investment in you. And it's never too late to go back.
I was doing that out of boredom, not investing.
Out of boredom? You trying to kill some time?
How am I re-enroll in school? I didn't even pay off my first set of loans. I don't know what I'm thinking.
They're like, yeah, you can come back. Just give us our money first.
Now the tariffs on there.
Right.
How many people do you think really pay back them student loans?
Probably 25%.
Ooh.
I'm thinking 7.
Wow, 7%.
Think about it. If you got 100, 200, 300,000, would you just be like, let it go?
That's a
Or would you
lot.
think?
Okay, I could see that. Look, how
Right?
many people continue to go to school knowing that they're racking up that amount and know that they're not going to pay it back?
A lot.
75%.
Yeah.
Almost 100. But
Maybe 99.9.
right. They're like, listen, the next president going to wipe these clean. So
We still waiting on the promise.
right, like that uncle. That uncle said he gonna come by. Or that daddy said he gonna come by and see you. You still waiting. DJ says yes, too many people, and she says she's going to school for human services
Oh,
and drug
good.
addiction.
Good
Okay,
job.
that's awesome.
That's
We need
good.
a lot of people in that field, boy, because there's a lot of people that need help. Speaking of help, James, this is going to really be your topic today.
Oh, okay.
Some questions in regards to this. Tonight we're talking about mental health and manning up. Like,
okay.
I know you guys have heard that before. Man up, man up. James, sir, as a man, when you hear that someone needs to man up, what does that translate to a man?
Whenever I think of someone saying man up, it tends to be more like stop being so soft. Toughen up, control your emotions, control how you act. Be better with the way you express yourself. Men hear that throughout their whole lifetime. Man up, boss up. You know what I'm saying? Get your paper up. I feel like a lot of times people try to force, I want to say the right word. They try to force men to be overly aggressive. Like just telling someone to man up can make them feel that they're soft, and they'll want to be overly aggressive to prove that they're not. It can play with someone's ego telling another man to man up. You're not as tough as me. You're not as serious as me. You know what I'm saying? You're not on your game like me. And some men can take that to heart.
Okay. Does it really make a difference in who's saying to man up? If it's a woman telling you or if it's a loved one telling you to man up?
I think it does matter who's telling you. If it's someone whose opinion that you don't value, it doesn't matter. Right? But if it's your significant other or your family members trying to tell you, man up, boss up, get your stuff together, you might take it into consideration and might want to put some effort into whatever you're doing. It definitely matters who's telling you these things.
And I think like with everything else, it's always like whoever's saying that, like their heart and their motive of the reason why, right? Because when I think of a man being told to man up, it's like the person maybe trying to like tell them, like James said, like don't be soft, like be a man. But that's like so toxic. And I think that's what this is about, is like mental health and man up. Like when I think about somebody telling someone to man up, I feel like even people have said that to me, like man up. I think my dad before, but also people who don't know how to appropriately show emotion, right? So man up, like don't cry about it. But honestly, we do have to cry. Like we do have to cry about it, and men have to express their emotions too. So I think I'm trying to look at it in like a positive view also. But again, maybe it is different for men. But whenever I kind of hear that man up phrase, I see it as something negative and something that somebody says to somebody to kind of shut them down from expressing their emotions.
Okay, it looks like Bree took a quick commercial break by herself.
That's okay.
All right, we'll keep it going. All right. So switch it up a little bit. What is being a man to you? What's your definition of a man being a man?
A man is, it's supposed to be a natural leader, right? Somebody who's stable across the board. And men are allowed to show emotion, and for them to be comfortable with that, they kind of need to take into, accountability that they do face a lot out in the world, but also that it's up to them to kind of balance that out with mental health, like seeing a therapist or doing something for their self-care. Like men aren't just supposed to go to work, make money, come home. It's like a man is somebody who is well balanced on every area.
Like that. Go to work. But that's all most men do too. Go to work, make money.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. And then they have a breakdown and then man up. Like, this is what you do. This is what we do is man up. No, you don't know what I go through Monday through Friday. Like, manning up is taking a break. Manning up is saying, hey, listen, I'm weak right now. I need a break. I need to take a mental health day. I need you to take this on for me. I need to clear my mind and go away for a little bit. That's a man, because you're able to step up and admit that you don't got everything together. And that's hard to admit. That takes courage, right? That's a courageous thing to do. And I don't feel like a lot of men are comfortable doing that.
Yeah, a lot of men aren't comfortable speaking up about how they feel, especially when all you do is work and go home and you make sure the family's okay, trying to figure out how to get to the next level. You want to start a business, you want to do all this stuff, and it can become a lot on a man's mind because we're taught to provide, we're taught to protect, we're taught to make sure that the people we care about are okay. And in the course of doing all that, we forget that sometimes we got to make sure we're okay. We got to take that time to sit back and go on vacation, even if it's a little weekend trip, and just leave the state, see something different, going to a show, going to spend time with your significant other on a vacation or a staycation, just doing things that bring you peace and give your mind a break. Because as men, we do it a lot. And a lot of times we don't talk about the things that go on in our mind because we feel a lot of people won't understand. But we have to be comfortable enough to express ourselves. And that's how you man up, because manning up is owning up to the things that you may feel you're insecure in and you want to work on those things. Or knowing that you have anger issues or you have mental health issues that you want to work on. Going to therapy is manning up. And also learning something. Going to school, getting a certification in something, getting a degree, getting some extra education that can benefit you and help build your career. I feel that's manning up. And also taking care of the people that you love. How do you say you're a family man, but you don't take care of your moms, you don't help out with your kids, you don't help out with your child's mother or your significant other? As a man, I feel you should be helping out those people that you say you care for.
Yeah, then it just goes back to like you have to help yourself out first before it, because everything, I feel like the man is the head, right? So wherever the man is at, it's going to trickle down. If you're stressed out, like there's no hiding it. You're going to come home and you're stressing out the whole family. The kids are crying, the wife is nagging. Like the man needs to be stable across the board. And that definitely includes mental health. And I'd say that's probably one of the top, things to really focus in on and get stable is the mental health. But that's hard because there's not a lot of spaces, because we could talk about this, but there's like not many environments or spaces where like men are able to talk about stuff like this. I know you have some friends that have talked to you and they're like, I don't have anyone to talk to about this or my mental health or how I'm feeling. Like, I feel all this pressure. I can't talk to my wife. I can't talk to, whoever. And there's kind of shame that comes with like needing help as a man. And I think this is a great topic and conversation to just like bring awareness. Even in coming from a woman, right? Because I don't want men to think like, okay, well, maybe I can share it with other men. Like, as a woman, I'm saying it's okay to struggle as a man. It really is. And anyone else who tells you that that's not true is not for you. Oh, Bree.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. I had to start my whole computer.
It's all right. We kept it going.
It was holding it down, girl.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, asking for help as a man, do you think it makes a lot of men feel weak or feel like they're not up to par? I'm just asking from a woman's perspective.
I think a man asking for help takes a lot of courage, because it's basically telling you that I might not know the answer, or I might not have it all figured out, and I'm going to be vulnerable enough to tell you, or at least seek your opinion, or your advice on said situation. Which to me I think is big, because I don't think anybody's supposed to know it all, male or female. It doesn't matter. Maybe there's societal pressure on men to have to know it all. Like, you should know it all. You should have it figured out. But yeah, I don't think that I wouldn't look at a man any different if he asked me for advice.
What'd you say, T?
Same thing. I think that it goes back to saying it's just the type of people that you're around too, right? So for me and Bree, you know, it's all about the person's heart too and their motive. So if somebody does have a problem with a man asking for help or admitting that they're weak, then that has nothing to do with the guy himself, right? It's who they're approaching with that issue.
Mm-hmm.
So if a man opened up to you while he was going through something, you wouldn't view him any different?
Different how?
Like, let's say he's very stressed out about, let's say, some things at work, and it's so overwhelming to him that he starts breaking down and crying to you. Would you look at him any different because he started crying? Or would you tell him to man up?
No, honestly, I wouldn't see what the difference is between a man opening up and breaking down and crying and a female opening up and breaking down and crying. At the end of the day, if you are stressed, if you are tired, you're going to react however your body allows you to, and however your comfort allows you to. So I don't think a man opening up and crying, he shouldn't be looked at as lesser than for that. Like, that's just ridiculous. In my opinion, at least.
What if he continuously cries over things that are small?
Okay, but things that are small to who?
Small, like, let's say he spilled a cup of milk and he's like, I can't believe
Shut up, James. There you go. Take him.
That means that he's too stressed, and now he's all these different ways. He needs to
listen. Was that his last $5?
Yeah, that was the last straw that he was gonna drink that milk with. That was the last one.
Listen.
Because the little things, like, they're all stemming from something bigger. So it's not the milk that fell. It's, oh God, like, what else can happen? It's something bigger than that.
Yeah. And in all seriousness, right? Because things like that do happen, and we do exactly what we just did. We laughed about it, like, come on now, you crying over milk. But that could be the straw that broke the camel's back. So in all seriousness, we're going to throw this up there. If you find yourself breaking down for something that's just minimum to you, you might need to reach out to someone. We're not saying that you're contemplating this, but you might need to reach out to someone just to talk it through, figure out, why am I reacting in this way? Like, what is the root to it? And where do we go from here? Because that, you never know, right? Especially those that are always smiling, always happy. Those are the people that are suffering the most. So the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, you can either dial the number 988 or you can text the number 988. And, you know, get a second opinion.
You never know what people are going through. Never.
Listen, this dude said glass of milk, though. Did he break the glass too?
No, the glass didn't break it. It was just he really wanted that cup of milk.
Oh, it was the last.
It was the last bit.
Oh.
I would go get him another gallon. You need people to support you.
So with that being said, right? So that's like a side of something else being wrong, right?
Yeah.
And like that might be like depression creeping up, maybe a little bit of anger and all that, right? So what are some signs to look for when you feel that people are being depressed, or you can see the depression in them, or they're getting too angry?
In men?
In men and women.
I'll focus on the men because it's,
okay.
Man up. So I guess you're going to have to know them, right, as a person. And you can just tell, like, for example, I can tell when someone's going through a hard time when their eating habits change, when they stop going to the gym, when they start sometimes watching certain shows. Like, you have to know them, and it's like specific to everybody. When they don't want to talk for so long, when they're like easily agitated, when milk will throw them off the edge. Like, it's these little hints that like maybe the man doesn't even realize yet that like will stack on top of each other. So you have to know them, and you have to like be doing life with them, and kind of, because like Bree, how you said, like it could be the happiest person, always smiling, laughing. They can go to work. People go to work and they go home and they just end it. And they were at work. Oh, nothing seemed off. Yeah, because sometimes there's no hints or triggers, right? So I think it depends on people, but it's definitely like those small, little things that you have to notice about them.
Yeah. So DJ says, look at Robin Williams. Like the people that seem and come off the happiest, they're dealing with a lot. Those are your healed friends, right? Those are the healed friends who don't really have anybody to turn to because everybody's turning to them. So to add on to Tiara's list, I would also, as DJ stated, they get too quiet. They start isolating themselves away from everybody else. She says when his demeanor changes, irritable, like Tiara says, like before you could joke around and you could ha ha ha. Now everything is serious. Everything. They start giving stuff away. That could be a telltale sign. And I would also say they start picking up different addictions. Like they're looking for different outlets, different ways to release whatever they have built up inside. So they can pick up alcohol, they can pick up drugs, they can pick up sex addictions. They start getting in trouble for the littlest, stupidest stuff that you could never quite put them. I can't picture you getting in trouble for trying to meet an underage person. It's just like little things out of the blue just start standing out more and more. As far, kind of the list goes the same for women. Like I said, we'll start eating more. We will, want to be in the house all the time. Be super emotional. I can't really think of anything else. What about the chat? You guys in the chat, what do you guys think? What are some additional things that show telltale signs as far as like depression, anxiety, things like that? What do you think, James? What haven't we said?
Well, you guys pretty much summed it up. But some signs of depression, like you said, getting angry over small things, spilling that cup of milk, lack of interest in hobbies, the things that that person once loved, they don't want to do it anymore. Sleeping a lot more or sleeping a lot less, a change in your sleeping patterns, your diet, whether you start losing weight because you have no appetite or you start overeating and you start gaining weight. It's your body's way of trying to get some type of dopamine and some type of excitement in your life. Or when you start trying new things that you see them trying new things they never would have thought before just for excitement. Going outside of their regular comfort zone. If someone's always in the house, they're like, you know what, I'm going outside now. And then if for someone who's outside, they'll be more inclined to come in the house to try and recharge. But signs of depression, man, it's so much because everyone's so different. A subtle them liking to always have the same breakfast one day, and then one day they decide to change. It could be a small sign of them not being happy with the way things are going and wanting to change. It's really just sitting back and looking at the person's patterns once you're with that person, or if you know that person well enough.
You know, something that my therapist had shared with me, and it was like, aha, like I never thought about it. He said, the condition of your bedroom is a reflection of your mental. So if your bedroom is all over the place, disarrayed, then you got a lot going on inside your head.
Your closets too tell a lot. Closet.
Your whole apartment tells a lot. The way you keep your car tells a lot.
Not the car.
I was waiting for the car.
Tells a lot.
Oh my gosh. And then also to add to that, your sleeping habit. Like if you are going through depression and anxiety, your sleep pattern tends to be thrown off. Yeah, DJ said, I have heard that about your cars. Yeah, they say you want to see how somebody keeps their house looking their car. First of all, get out my car.
Get out of mine too.
Don't worry about why I got whole outfits in the back seat. Okay.
You got shoes back there. You got a
you always got to be prepared.
Right.
You got a camping tent.
Yeah.
You got stuff for the beach in the springtime.
One of them fold up chairs.
It's been there all year.
Fishing pole.
Why you got a Christmas tree in your trunk?
I'm donating it. Be riding around with that thing for months.
Just never got around to getting it out, right?
Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that this week though.
Oh man.
I'll tell you. So what about in relationships, right? You know, the man's presence is supposed to be the protector here or there, right? But when he is not mentally there, he is incapable, let's say, at that moment, he's very incapable of protecting you because he has his own thing going on. How do you think that affects the woman in the relationship? And is it one of those things where we as the partner should just wait until he gets things together emotionally and mentally? Or should we suggest therapy? Or should we just be like, I ain't got time for this. You got your own little demons you handle it and keep it moving. How do we handle that?
If that's your partner and they're not being themselves as the partner, listen to them. You know, sometimes people don't want to go to therapy. People don't want to get life coaches. They don't want to go get the mental health help that they need. So sometimes as a man, we lean on our partners until we're comfortable enough to go talk to somebody else. Right. So when we're going through something, a lot of times just listen.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't have anyone to talk to really, or we don't open up to too many people. And if your man is very upset, understand that he's human. He's not going to always be happy. He's not always going to be just super tough guy ready to fight the world. Sometimes he's going to have to recharge.
Right.
You know, a lot of times when women start speaking to their man in a way that like, oh my God, here he goes again. He's all emotional. He's acting real sassy. That's what they be saying now. You acting real sassy right now. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is just picking at your man. Don't do that.
Right.
If he's already down, you don't kick him while he's down.
Right.
Go over there and talk to him, babe. Are you all right? I can tell you're off. And I know you don't really like opening up, but talk to me. Maybe we can figure something out, right? If he talks to you, he'll tell you what the problem is. If you can help figure out what the problem is, if he lost his job, maybe you can plug him in with some places to get jobs. If he needs a couple $, because he's behind on his rent, can you throw him $200-300 and he'll get you back when he get paid? You know, like men need help too. And a lot of times I think that men's get overlooked when it comes to needing help. Because we just said it, right? That if a man is starts getting upset, you like, oh, there he go again, being sassy.
We didn't say that.
You
That
did.
was an example
Right.
you put out there.
I'm just saying.
Trying to protect us, Tiara.
Thank you.
Said
Don't kick your partner when they're down. Is what it breaks
Basically.
down to.
Yeah.
Just support them, man. Talk to them. Listen to them.
Yeah.
Talk into them. Do you know who you are? And list some of their accomplishments. Remind the man of who he is and what he's been through and what he's overcome. Because I do that to my fiance, don't I?
Yeah.
See? You got to empower each other.
One thing I had to learn in being in a relationship is just because I can get over things in a certain time frame doesn't mean that I can put that expectation on my partner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's patience. Doesn't scripture say love is kind, love is patient? Like that is real. Like being kind, being patient. Like, yeah, the man is supposed to be the leader and the protector, but like we are called to like help him, right? To be able to like focus on those things. So he has to be at his best. And that's what, you know, if he is in a relationship, that's what the woman is for, to kind of help him be able to be at that stable spot, to be able to appropriately lead, protect, things like that. I also had to learn that, you know, there's a difference between, well, I do this not just in a relationship, but with my friends too. Like even with myself, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be down, but there is a point where I'm going to be like, hey, you keep coming to me with the same things.
Mm-hmm.
This is my thing. I had to learn how to appropriately like say that to the person is we got to do something different. We got to go to therapy. We got to change our mindset, but there's something that has to happen. Because I'm all for helping, pulling you up. But I'm also like, once you're up, we got to stay up there. Like I can like do whatever you need to kind of make you feel better, but like now you need to sustain it. So if it's something that's like a cycle that I'm noticing, then you got to change gears a little bit. You got to kind of face it with that person and be like, hey, like you're in this spot, but how are we not going to get back down there? And it's okay to be upset sometimes and sad, but if it's a constant thing, then you kind of have to look at it from a different perspective.
Right. Very well said, Tiara. Very well said.
Thank you.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will continue the conversation about mental health and manning up. This is the Don't Judge Me But podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe and tell a friend, and put in the comments what are one or two ways that you find yourself getting someone else out of the rut when they're down and out. All right, we'll be right back. Hey, it's your girl Simply Bree, and yes, I am a content creator. I create materials in order to start healthy conversations in the community, because if we want to start seeing better, then we must start doing better. I also assist with podcast consultations, so reach out to me if you are interested in getting yours started. www.iamsimplybree.com. That's SIMPLEEBREE. I look forward to helping you get your podcast off the ground and out into the forefront.
Have you lost your job? Been incarcerated? Sustained a life-changing injury? Or just needed help getting your life on track? Hi, I'm James Sweat, life coach, author, motivational speaker. I have overcome all these things, and guess what? So can you. I'm committed to helping you prepare your mind for any challenge and believe you can accomplish anything. God bless. Keep going.
All right, and we are back. Today's discussion is all about mental health and manning up. Before we went to commercial break, your homework was to put in the chat 2 things that you do in order to help someone who is currently in a rut get out of that rut. So let's also ask our host, As well, the same question, James. Let's start with you. What
What
is
I do
two
to get
things? Two and only two, sir.
okay, two things I would do to get somebody out of their depressive phase or the depressive state. I take them out. Let's go get some food. Food always puts a smile on somebody's face, and just getting them out the house, doing an activity that they like to do, whether that's playing video games or that's playing ball. Something to take their mind off their problems for a little while, and offer an opportunity for them to talk about what's bothering them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about you, T?
I'm speaking life into you. Like, I'm going to lay hands on you too and pray. And if you don't believe in prayer, I'm still going to be praying for you, whether you know it or not, because that's important. And like James said, taking them out, sometimes they need to be taken out of their environment and go get some fresh air, go be amongst other people. I'm a big advocate for therapy. Definitely gonna. So everyone's heard me suggest they go to therapy. So that's something that one of the top things that I do.
Yeah. I myself, I just listen, offer that listening ear, non-judgmental, try to do very little responding because I don't want them to feel like I'm here to fix it. Sometimes you just need somebody to listen to you. And then I just try to travel down memory lane with them where, just bringing up good memories, good experiences that we had together or that they had, reminding them, of their accolades and how they've been successful and just being realistic about it and the fact that at the end of the day, you woke up. So you woke up even to have problems. You woke up. Somebody else did not wake up this morning. So just trying to be realistic as possible while still being supportive, I would say. So DJ said, take them to church. And she said, and went to Chatfield Hollow to vent. What's Chatfield Hollow? Is that a park? What is that?
What is that?
Tell us about it. What is Chatfield Hollow? Now, when you guys are going through something, do you want people to talk to you? Do you want to be around people?
No,
No.
not at all. Not at all. You know why? Because a lot of times when we talk to other people, not even just us, just people in general, when you talk to somebody else, people will give you unsolicited advice when sometimes all you wanted to do is be heard. And once they start giving you advice, people take offense to that.
Right.
Like, you should do this. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do it like this? I didn't ask all them. I didn't want that. I just wanted to talk to you about something.
Right. That was it. I was
Don't.
like, in my head, I'd be like, bro, you got your own problems. Like, how you trying to help me? How you giving me some advice and you can't even take that advice yourself? I get pissed off even more. Like,
leave me alone, please. No, I have a really bad tendency to isolate and until I, figure it out on my own, and like that's not good. So I'm trying to balance that because at first when your emotions are high, you do need to kind of like settle down, right? Until you come back to the right state of mind. But after that, I'm really learning to like reach out. But I used to not at all. So I'm progressing.
Okay, listen. We're making it.
Yeah.
We're making it. So let me share something funny with y'all after I read DJ. So DJ said, yes, it's a park and there is no cell service. So you get away from the everyday BS, extreme nature. That sounds beautiful. I love nature. So for those of you who don't know, I have a teenage son who last night was prom, right?
Okay.
It's so funny. It's so funny, but it's so me. Last night was prom. So I dropped him off to the venue and I thought I was big and bad. Man, as soon as he got out that car, I started crying. I'm talking about crying like, oh my God, how did we get here? So I'm crying, right? And I'm on the phone with my homegirl. I done called my best friend and I'm boohooing like a baby. I'm like, oh my God, wait till you get to this point. You're going to be crying like this. So then, right, as I'm driving, I'm still crying on the phone. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Then he calls me. So I was like, hold on, girl, hold on. Hello? He's like, Ma, I need my ID. Quickly, tears went away. What you mean you need your ID? Like, I told you to get your ID. So we solved that situation, but it was just so interesting how I went from one emotion to another that quick. Like I went from crying to, what you mean you need your ID? Because we live 16 minutes away. So I mean, I gotta drive all the way back to the house, get your ID, and then bring it back. Yeah, no. I was just like, how did that just happen? I was over it after that, but yeah.
Womanhood.
Yeah, man. Okay, so the park is in Killing. Okay, so now I don't know about this one, DJ.
I know, DJ girl. We gonna get some pepper spray. The secluded no cell service park is in Killingworth.
Right. It sounds like some type of setup. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. At least let me get one bar on my.
I'm gonna have to go with you, DJ, because we need to protect each other.
They could have at least put it in a different town, like
no service. Right. That's like
how did they get the name of that town, Killingworth?
Mm-hmm. That sounds like where scary movies started. I ain't going.
Right? Or what is it? What's the name of that movie where it's like the end of time and they sound that siren, you can go around and you can start murking people?
Oh no.
The Purge?
The Purge. It sounds like something like The Purge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good. All right. Back on topic. When people are angry, right? When you're angry, take some time for yourself before you start talking to somebody. Because once you start speaking about certain emotions, you can be even more riled up. You start yelling, you start screaming. If you're upset, take some time to focus on you. Go sit somewhere for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and calm down before you choose to talk to somebody. Because in the course of your emotions being high, you could start saying things you have no business saying because you're so upset. And now you're just running around telling everybody your business, anybody that'll listen. So sit back and relax when you're upset, right? But also, if you're angry and you feel you can't talk to anybody, that's what having a therapist is for. That's what having a life coach is for. That's what having a recovery coach or a counselor or a spiritual leader is for. These are people with unbiased opinions that have some education in helping people through problems. If you feel you have no one in your corner, find a therapist, life coach, recovery coach, or whatever kind of struggles you're having, and talk to somebody once you calm down, though. But I think there's some stigmas around going to therapy where some people feel if you go to therapy, there has to be something wrong with you. I don't believe that. You're going to therapy because you want to work on some internal problems that you have. And that is the most healthiest way to cope with the things you deal with. Because if you don't ever address those problems, they come out in other things, whether that be substance use, maybe that's drinking, maybe that's just doing dangerous things that you know are not good for you. I know I said a lot, but if you're upset and you're always upset, or you're always angry, or you're always sad, or you're 90% of the time there's something wrong with you, talk to somebody and work through the problems that you don't know that you have within you. Okay? What you think?
Yeah. It's sometimes people just need to hear it from somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Bree's coming back.
Sorry, we holding down. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you saying that and, letting it be a public service announcement, sometimes that's all people need to be like, you know what? That was my confirmation. I'm going to talk to somebody. But like you said, sometimes people don't know that there's anything going on with them. Especially if the people around them don't know either.
DJ.
That's a good one, DJ.
Exactly.
For those that couldn't read it, it says Bree's PC is in Killingworth.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Welcome
I don't
back,
know what's
though.
going on with the internet, but apparently, yeah, thank you. Apparently, my signal wanted to be out there and give me a sample. So
I'm talking junk about it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna show you.
right, yeah. Like I'm all set. I missed the question, the statement. I missed it all.
It's all right. We're gonna keep going.
Okay.
What do you feel are the benefits of therapy or talking to a professional? Either one of you.
At least for me, the benefits of therapy is being able to talk to someone about whatever it is that I'm going through, or my thoughts or my behaviors, and not feel as though I'm being judged per se. If anything, I think they're trying to understand me and understand why I may feel this way or think this way, and then giving me techniques and things to try to help get me through whatever it is that I'm going through, and then they're always willing to follow up as well. So I am more pro therapy than I am really talking to my friends about it.
Okay. T.
Pro therapy, pro life coach as well, recovery coach, whatever. It's somebody who you can kind of have help you play out all those tangled thoughts in your mind, right? So you kind of lay everything out for them, and they're non-biased, and they're coming from a place of, okay, I'm here to help you figure this out. Not, okay, I'm here just to listen to you vent, or, I'm your friend or a family member, and, I'm sick of hearing you talk about this. No, that person is there to literally help you lay everything out on the table and then kind of detangle all of that stuff you got going on. And sometimes we don't even know the connection between our, past and our current behavior. So they're there, and they're, a professional and able to discern and see and call out, really help you kind of figure out what's going on and how to move forward, and how to replace unhealthy thoughts and behaviors with healthier ones. And, any goals that you may have, they kind of partner up with you on that too, to kind of get you to the next step.
What about you, James?
Benefits of therapy. It's having someone to talk to with an unbiased opinion, helping you figure out if you're just tripping out or if you really have something wrong with you, if you're stressed out about a situation. They help you figure out the ideas that are in your head and whether you need to get a higher level of care, or if you're just really just overthinking some things, and getting new practices on how to overcome the challenges in your mind. It's going to see someone and talk with someone who has maybe some more expertise or some exercises or information that can help you figure out what kind of trauma you have, if you have any, and how to overcome it. If you're always angry, maybe they have some anger management references they can give you, or if you have PTSD, or if you have, there's a bunch of other stuff that people have, like I don't know, if you got schizophrenia, if you have bipolar, if you have all these things wrong with you, and you may never know unless you talk to somebody, and you wonder why you've always been doing things a certain way, or why you overreact when certain things happen, or when something happens, you break down and you want to start crying, and you're shaking afraid, and you're so anxious. Like, these are things that need to be addressed. And the benefit of having a therapist is someone to walk, a therapist or a coach or a counselor, is you have someone there with you to help you through some of the most difficult times in your life, because you're going to replay those in your mind while you're talking. You're going to need someone to be able to sit there and talk with you, someone that's going to be able to cry with you, and someone that's going to be able to give you the truth of the things you need to hear, not just someone telling you something because they heard it on TV or through a podcast. Someone who really will care for you, as long as you're paying them or paying the copay.
I'm done. Not the copay. As soon as you get declined, no.
Like, sorry, this session isn't covered.
Right. They go that friendship you thought you had.
Yeah, we're gonna put you on the sliding fee scale.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking to my therapist, and I was talking about like vulnerability in men and why you don't see it too often. And he said, even in therapy, he has to be very careful emotions or vulnerability because the guys will literally shut down because
Mm.
now it's like you're trying to force them to talk about something or expose themselves in a way that they're not used to. And I thought that was very interesting. He was like, he literally has to find a different way to word vulnerability or word emotions.
Hmm.
So to hear you, James, and talking about therapy and, just help in general, I feel like maybe this would be something that can help inspire other men to be okay with not just the emotions, but seeking the help that is needed in order for them to better understand what it is that they're going through and get those resolutions.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
DJ says, why are people ashamed of mental health?
Oh, that's cake. It's because no one wants to admit that they have something wrong with them
Mm-hmm.
or that they're not perfect. Like everyone wants to feel that they have it all figured out, they have it all together. And for someone to say, "Hey, you have something wrong with the way you think or the way you operate," people take offense to that, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
even want to. They don't want to hear that. I've been doing everything by myself for however X many years, and I'm doing just fine.
Right.
You can't tell me nothing. But even that mindset of no one can tell you anything is mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And people shouldn't be afraid of having something wrong with them. Nobody's perfect. People got something wrong. People have mental health, behavioral health. People have addictions. People have weird things that they're into. People got stretch marks and
What?
cellulite, and a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, wait a minute. How did we
Everyone got
get
something wrong, right?
I don't
Hold
know
up,
what is
hold up,
happening.
how did we
hold up.
get there?
All I'm saying is people have mental health issues and people have a lot of other issues, right?
Wow. Okay.
people
Okay.
have people
Okay.
have issues, but it's okay because nobody's perfect. Is what the point
Right.
I was getting at. Okay,
Oh, okay. Well,
all right.
okay. So men also, speaking of stretch marks and everything, men also go through image shaming and their issues. I feel a lot more now than before because of social media. So, if you see a guy with cellulite or you see a guy with stretch marks, I'm pretty sure they're going to be wondering what the hell is going on, But everybody's body, reacts to weight gaining and weight loss in its own little way.
Mhm.
I just don't. I feel like the spotlight is typically on women when it
Mm.
comes to body images because that's
It all depends, because
just how it's painted in society. But
that's
with
how
guys, what through like what are some insecurities for men when it comes to body image?
it all depends on the guy. If a guy's short, you might think he's too short. If a guy isn't packing down there, you could think that he's not going to measure up. If a guy is not the smartest in the world, he can have insecurities about his intelligence. It's anything. Everyone has their own insecurities. But no matter what the insecurities are, you still got to believe that you're still a great person. And the things that
Yeah.
that men are insecure about, fam, everyone has insecurities. And when it comes to weight and all that, women, no matter your size, men like you, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone has their own preference of what it is, right? And when it comes to men, understand that there are women that like bigger men. They don't like skinny guys. So it doesn't matter your size. Someone likes who you are for who you are. You get what I'm saying? And your body size doesn't really matter. If you're not someone's cup of tea, you're just not them for them, but someone else is out there for you. You know, I think people tend to put a lot of emphasis on looks, but as you start getting older, you tend to realize that yes, looks matter, but the way a person is, their heart, their mentality, their work, their drive, all that stuff matters more than just somebody's weight. I think Bree left and came back as Bree.
Bree's computer is going through it.
Man, go get that thing from Killingworth.
I shouldn't have said nothing about Killingworth because the minute I did, I said I'm gonna show you. Okay.
All right, but people being ashamed of mental health, yo, like I wanted to speak back on that.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to take a look in the mirror and say, I have something wrong with me. But once people can point out that they have something wrong with them, that's the start for them getting the help that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And as a man, it's okay to go talk to somebody. If you're always angry, fam, go talk to somebody, a therapist. Google life coaches or recovery coaches, whatever you need. Even for women, go Google whatever you need. Go on psychologytoday.com. It's free sauce. It'll give you a list of every therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist that is in your area with a detailed breakdown of the services they offer, the types of things they help with, and a little background. This is free to go look it up, but you're going to have to pay that copay or you're going to have to use your insurance. But this right here is free game. Okay?
Right. What's one thing that you look for what is one thing that you looked for in your therapist when you were seeking the perfect match?
Someone who could deal with complex PTSD. That was what my biggest thing was. I've been through so much in life that I had severe PTSD. And just for me to be where I'm at today, this is why I talk about mental health, because to overcome the things that I've been through and where I'm at today, I want to be able to do that for somebody else. Right. And then even once you go to your therapist, I want someone that's going to listen, not someone who's going to talk to me for an hour. Right. And I think that makes an amazing therapist. If they're doing less talking than you are, because they're giving you an opportunity to work out the things, but every once in a while they'll chime in with something good. So even if you're going to get your first therapist, first psychiatrist, whatever, if it doesn't work out, keep trying. You'll find someone who has a style that you like. Some people talk more, some people talk less, some people are more educated, some are less educated, some are more laid back. Find the perfect fit for you, but the only way you're going to find that is if you go out there and try and find somebody.
Okay. See, what about you?
I kind of go off of what I'm seeking help for. I've had 4 therapists, and they've all helped me with different things, right? Different seasons of my life. Right now, in particular, I'm in parenting therapy. So I want somebody who is experienced with that. On Psychology Today, like James said, you can filter out what you're kind of looking for, like what people specialize in. So whatever you're looking for, or you want to make sure that that therapist has extensive experience with. And you can read their bio. Some of them even have like little videos and stuff, so you can kind of get their vibe. And you can always send messages. There's like a little link right on there where you can just send them a message. So I think it just depends on what you're looking for. I, like James said, like some therapists will talk the whole time and you can't get a word in. And if that's not a good match for you, then it's okay to switch. Like, not people, you know, they don't always match up, but I'm definitely looking for somebody who is familiar with what I'm going through, like kind of an expertise in that area.
Okay. DJ says, after you came and spoke at my job, these guys actually started asking to speak with someone for mental health. I thank you and Josh for that. I thank T for encouraging me.
Oh, DJ.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank you.
No, we do it for the people. We want to see people out here getting the help that they need.
Mm-hmm. As far as me, when I've had 3 therapists so far. The second one that I had before this current one, I feel like it didn't help at all because he was just like, "You don't have any issues. You don't have anything that's wrong with you." It was just like, "Nothing's wrong with me. It's wrong. It's everything is everybody else." And I'm just like, "No, I'm sure I got some stuff going on." So, but this one now that I'm seeing, he too specializes in parenting, and that was the primary reason why I went with him. And just seeing the way that he challenged me, like he is that type of person. He will challenge me and make me step outside my comfort zone, and do, whether it's listening or dropping little nuggets here and there with my son, and then reporting back on, hey, okay, so how did it go? Um, I feel like I can relate with him more because he makes me comfortable. Even, now it's like, okay, we done talked about parenting, but now let's talk about dating, right? Let me tell you about what's going on in my dating life, and it being a smooth transition, to the point where if he misses a session, I'm like booking him 2 weeks behind, like back to back, so we can catch up on what I missed because you wasn't here. And those copays, they can definitely add up, but it's well worth it. It's like feeling like I haven't spoken to my best friend and I need to tell my best friend what is going on. So I think having that type of rapport for me, that personal rapport is what I found to be important in order for me to be comfortable enough to open up. Even though I tell y'all all my business, but it's different.
Yeah.
You guys don't charge me. So.
Nope. I think like how you said, how you said about the copays adding up. Like I think I've heard it from a lot of people. I can't go to therapy. It's too expensive, or I can't afford a life coach. It's like, that's an investment in yourself. Yeah. So you're going to spend that money anyway. Even if you can go, I've told people, even if you can afford one copay a month, lock in, because it's an investment. And then in the end, you're just going to keep piling more and more ish on your plate. And you could have been trying to figure that out in the meantime. You know how much money people spend on coffee a week?
And don't even realize it.
Like, don't get a coffee a few days a week. Like, don't eat out. It's an investment, but you have to like put that effort into it because it is expensive. Like, especially people with no insurance, or life coaches, like it can add up, but it's really worth that investment in yourself. It's self-care. It's the ultimate act of self-care.
Imagine not going to a therapist for a couple of months, and then when you do get one, you're trying to unload everything
all at once.
Them.
I can only see you one time. Here's my life.
And you looking at the clock.
Yeah.
Now tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that, fam.
No.
This is just an intake. Calm down.
This is just a consultation.
Listen, that therapist is gonna need a therapist afterwards.
Yeah.
It just stressed me out. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap up this episode, but we do appreciate you guys rocking with us. I want y'all to know next week what we are talking about. We're gonna try to stick to a schedule where we let you know in advance so you can come back. Next week, what we're going to be talking about is running on E, why emotional burnout hits harder than you think. So you do not want to miss that episode. If you haven't done so already, go ahead, subscribe to the Don't Judge Me But podcast and set your notification. If you are always coming in late, we love you anyways. But hit that notification so that it reminds you when we're getting ready to start. So we're gonna go and wrap things up. We'll let T, you can start with the closeouts. Let them know what you got going on, girl, and how can they reach out to you.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly, truly enjoy and look forward to every Sunday with you guys, having these deep conversations. Today we talked about, therapist or life coach. I'm a life coach. I specialize in healing and empowerment. If you want to get in touch with me for any services, you can hit me up on Instagram at therealt.ierra or shoot me an email. People email still at heal empower repeat llc at gmail.com. I'll see you next week.
All right. And James, you are up next, sir.
What's going on? It's your boy, James, owner of Mental Ambition, author of Mental Ambition, A Guide to Upgrading Your Life, and Mental Ambition, A Guide to a Better Relationship. Available at Amazon, Walmart, BarnesandNoble.com. You see the social media, TikTok right there, at Mental_Ambition 2.0, 75,000 followers. I think I'm at 2.3 million likes and 80 million views. Instagram is at Mental_Ambition 3.0. Facebook is just Mental Ambition, and you'll see a crown with the MA logo. Go on and join the Facebook group we got. If you want to get in touch with me for any of the services that I offer, I'm a life coach, recovery coach professional, author, podcaster, and motivational speaker. Hit that website, www.mental-ambition.com. And I want to say this to everybody: prepare your mind for any challenge and believe you can accomplish anything. If you need someone to talk to and you feel you have no one in your corner, reach out to me on the social media, on the website. We can figure out something to get you where you need to be and get you out of that little slump that you're in, whether it's just having talking sessions or if you need a higher level of care, we can find that for you too. Everyone have a great week. I appreciate everyone that always shows love and watches our videos and our reels. Thank you, T. Thank you, Bree. And you see me. We out, baby.
This dude right here. I feel like I should have just hit end stream after that. So what's going on, y'all? It is your girl Simply Bree. You can find me across social media at Simply Bree, as that's SimpleeBree. I promise you, I am no longer in Killingworth. I just got back. My signal is good. Shout out to DJ for that recommendation as well. If you guys are looking for a way to calm your mind, escape from the BS, as she calls it, check out Chatfield Hollow, where you can get all of your venting out of the way. You guys can find me on Substack. I have been blogging a lot lately, and I am also working on the release of my new podcast, She Said What podcast with Simply Bree. It will be launching this Friday, so first episode will launch this Friday. If you follow me on Instagram or any of the other social media platforms, you'll see little shorts that I'm releasing here and there. But most importantly, I am just here to give you words of encouragement, have some discussions about just living life, just self-care, and being true and authentic to who you are. I also have a journal that will be published soon. I also forgot to mention with this month, the month of May, when I release She Said What podcast, it also will have a workbook for you to follow along with the podcast. So the first 5 weeks, you will have a workbook, gives you little assignments and things to do. So make sure you guys check that out. Also, go to my website, IamSimplyBree.com, and get in touch with me if you're interested in starting a podcast or you just need somebody to talk through it with you. I'm your girl. So, with that being said, we're getting ready to say, where does guy go? Oh boy. Bye, DJ. Thanks everybody for tuning in today with us. Right here. Thank you, Nanette. Nanette says thank you guys. Really good show tonight. We hope you guys have a great evening. Come back next week, same time, same place. Until then, we'll see you later. Bye.
Travel around and seem like you're a big shot, but the amount of stress that comes with that, you might not be ready for that. Like people who make six figures for a reason.
The more you tell me no, the more I want you. And it's like, why?
That is psychotic. Because it's a challenge. Don't tell me no. You know who I am. I'm gonna get you. That's how.
For that person when they need you, and if I'm emotionally unstable.